What up? It's Valentine's Day, y'all. It's Friday. What's good? My lights on. I got some tacos. I'm so excited. Tacos El Superior. Fire. The best taco truck that I'm aware of. I got carne asada. I got pollo. I got al pastor. And I also got carne asada fries. Trying to work on my pronunciation for Spanish. Oh man, the lighting is horrible because it's nighttime. Am I allowed to do that? Is that dangerous? I don't know. But yeah, I just wanted to get in my vlog real quick since it's Valentine's Day. You know what I'm saying? It's a quality time, so I can't like sneak away and record my vlog. What is this, number 36, number 37? What number are we on? Anybody remember? Valentine's Day, holidays in general. I do not like Hallmark holidays. I do not like them, Sam. I am. No. I mean, it's not a conspiracy theory, let's say, that the people at Hallmark, want us to celebrate holidays and contribute to the consumer culture that we have. Buy, go do this, spend this money. This is a tricky one, because you want to celebrate your loved one. You want to honor your significant other and show your appreciation. And some people do, gifts. Some people do chocolate, flowers, cards, jewelry. It's like I'm guessing behind Mother's Day, it's probably the hardest day to get a reservation at a restaurant just because it's so busy. I heard something interesting, they were saying on a podcast I was listening to that, you're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't. Because if you don't celebrate properly to their expectations, it's like, oh, you don't love me, you don't care about me, you didn't show your affection on Valentine's Day. And if you do, let's say you go balls out and you do a big, put a lot of effort into it, the response might be, well, every day should be Valentine's Day. I mean, come on. I got 2 little babies, and they're both under the weather, so very limited as to what we could do. But I think that you should just do what you can, celebrate when you can, and it doesn't have to be on the day. Some people are very, I gotta celebrate my birthday on the date of my birth. Who cares? Gotta celebrate my anniversary on the day we got married. Who cares? Celebrate when you want, how you want, if you want, right? There's a big the single people. What about them? It's discriminatory if you don't have a Valentine, then you feel bad, and then people do anti-Valentine's Day parties, or whatever. I think that should I even say this? I don't even know if I should say this. So I consider myself to be a happily married man, and we're in that 7-year area, and I'm sure you've heard that term, the 7-year itch, right? And I think that is just a pivotal year where it's like a make it or break it kind of a thing. Like, I guess if you make it past 7 years, you're gonna make it the distance, let's just say. But it's marriage is hard, man. It's work. tethering your life to somebody else and being partners in every sense of the word. You're basically business partners, right? Your finances are intermingled. You're raising children together. You're co-parenting. You're managing a household. You're planning your life, your goals. All that stuff is all intertwined to become one, as they say. For my single friends, for my younger friends, specifically my younger single friends, and by single I mean you're not married. I don't mean you're in a committed relationship. I mean when you go check the box on your taxes, you're single. I tell all of them, don't get married. You have a happily married man telling you, don't get married. Why is that? I'll tell you why. So kind of like, I live in Southern California. A lot of people are aspiring to be in Hollywood, acting, music, musician, comedy, writer, just contributing to the entertainment industry. And I give those people the same advice. Don't do it. Do not pursue your dream of being an entertainer. Why do I do that? I think it was Dave Chappelle that said something, if my words can deter you from your dream, then you have a brittle spirit. I look at both of these things, the same way. If you were meant to be a famous actor or a famous musician, me telling you not to do it is not going to deter you. But if little old me tells you not to do it and you're like, okay, then come on. So I feel the same way about marriage. Like, if you're on the fence and I'm like, it's not a good idea, don't get married, and you don't, there you go. I look at that as a victory. Like, I saved you a lot of heartache and a lot of problems. If you listen to what I say and you're like, I'm getting married anyway, then hey, it was meant to be. Like, you really want to do it. And I feel like for men specifically, yes, I'm generalizing, there's always exceptions. For men specifically, what are the benefits of being married? This is how it was put to me. Never let the government get involved in your relationship. Hell, don't let the government involved in your life, period, if you can help it, right? We have a mutually beneficial relationship, meaning the individual and the government. I give you taxes, and you give me services, right? You give me clean-ish water. It's full of chlorine and has to be boiled, whatever. Defense, right? National defense. And a whole lot of horseradish. That's my euphemism for bullshit, if you hadn't caught on. That's a Dougie Fresh original. But yeah, the government gets involved. They overstep their bounds. They're habitual line steppers. So if you're a man, what is that? What comic said this? Getting married, like for somebody who's got money, right? Because Brad and Jen, Brad and Angelina, high profile relationships, when they go bad. Maybe what was it, Eddie Murphy that said that? Getting married for a dude, it's like, I bet you half of my money that I won't cheat on you. It's so silly, but I mean, in effect, kind of true, right? And California is just the worst. I've lived here my whole life. I have a hate relationship with it because of their laws, policy, and it's just a magnet for vapid, stupid people with dreams that they should go back to sleep. Oh my gosh. So, happy Valentine's Day. I have a shirt in the back of my closet with a married couple cutting their cake, and under the bottom it says big mistake. And yeah, I'm a realist, and that comes across pessimistic, and I'm aware of that. But look at the numbers. You know, it used to be 50% of all marriages end in divorce. Now it's way higher than that. I don't know the exact number, but the numbers, the statistics would suggest that it is a bad idea to get married. Of course, there are benefits, you know, citizenship, medical benefits, power of attorney, visitation in hospitals and prisons, conjugal visits. Hell, there's all kinds of stuff, right? But I don't think that the benefits outweigh the drawbacks, and I'm specifically talking about from the male perspective, right? I think that I listen to a lot of Jordan Peterson, Dr. Jordan Peterson, the psychologist from Canada, and you know, he talks about it as, you know, marriage and monogamy and the nuclear family setup is for the children. It is not for the adults, right? Because I suppose it's scientifically proven that children from a two-parent household do better than children that are from a one-parent household, which makes sense, right? You want that two heads are better than one. I was going to say masculine energy and feminine energy, but you can't say that anymore because it's 2020 and you got to include all the alphabet people, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that. It's just I don't like you know my heart, you know my intentions, right? I love people. So if you say the wrong word and then all of a sudden you're canceled or you're indicted for saying the wrong word, that bothers me. I tell people, like, when I was younger, I understood. Like, I don't affiliate myself with political parties. I think it's an illusion of choice. Let's say that for another day. I think it's horseradish. I identified, I guess, on the liberal side for the majority of my youth, and I could very easily, readily identify the reasons that most liberals had dislike for conservatives. And now that I'm older, it has, you know, within the last few years, it has become increasingly obvious as to why people that identify as conservatives dislike liberals. And part of it is these name games, these identity politics that people talk about. Y'all out of control with it. Y'all out of control. So I'm neither. I consider myself independent. I consider myself a human being that thinks. And like Chris Rock says, I got some things I'm conservative about. I got some things that I'm liberal about. I feel like that's the right way to go about it, you know. But don't be in a gang. Don't be in a red gang or a blue gang and then just, you know, follow the party line. But yeah, so the marriage thing, here is my advice. Here's my thoughts on when it is appropriate to get married. Okay? If you are 100% sure that you want to procreate, have children with one person and one person only, and you want to use the government and society and all of the, you know, governing bodies, you want to use them to enforce the fact that that person is going to stay and raise those children with you. That's a very specific scenario. Then fine. I guess it is not super harmful to get married. But if you're not checking all those boxes, my fellow friends, don't do it. Just be boyfriend and girlfriend forever. Have your kids and raise them. Why get the government involved? Why have a legal binding document that there are penalties when you break it, right? For a dude, it's like, you know, when people are 50-50 or rather 100-100, right? This is less of an issue, but for a man that has money and assets that is married to a woman with, say, less so, and then you get divorced, you got to pay for your divorce attorney, their divorce attorney, and then all of the settlement thereafter, alimony, child support, whatever. Like, I imagine, God forbid, if I ever split with my wife, like, I wouldn't need an attorney. I'd be like, whatever you need, you can have it. You need the house? Have it. You need money for the kids? Have it. Like, I wouldn't get, you know, saying that now, never been through that. You know, I've seen people go through divorces, and it can be amicable, it can be ugly, whatever. I don't believe in it. I don't buy into it. I view marriage in our society, as currently constructed, as an economic tool of control. Meaning that once you are tied together economically through the contract of marriage, there are things that, you know, like there's a carrot on the stick for you, like, oh, you get some little tax benefits now, but XYZ. You know what I'm saying? And all the negative images or the negative connotations about marriage, right? Ball and chain, because you're tied down. You know, there's cliche sayings for a reason. And I think that if you were to interview, you know, 1,000 married couples, they will say that things changed once they got married, and typically not for the better. And I'm speaking more from the male perspective, right? Seems like people will relax and not, because I feel like you got to earn it every day. You got to earn your partner's love, respect, admiration every day. Unconditional love, yes, I get it. That's great, but you still gotta work, right? You hear a lot of times people will complain like, "Oh, we got married and then I stopped getting this, I stopped getting that." You know, special attention, right? Affection, or we got married and then they let themselves go and they gained weight and they stopped caring about their appearance, right? So you have that just like false sense of safety, false sense of security that people lean on, and it's not healthy. But people that are just in, you know, committed relationships and are not married, I feel like maybe they don't have that issue as much. So sorry to be a downer. February 14th, Friday, Freestyle Fresh, Morgan Freelance, my daily vlog, the daily VlogKast with a K, because it's hard, because I'm an Outcast fan. But I'm gonna start. I wanna get my buddy Kevin, who's also doing a daily vlog 365 transformation challenge. I want to get him on here and talk to him and see how his is going, and compare notes and see what we've learned. Right? Self-reflection, learn, knowledge of self, very important. So think about that today. If you're married, you're single, you're dating, starts with you. Nobody else can be responsible for your happiness, for your contentment. That's on you. You are alone. But get you some CBD though. Get you some CBD. Canatonic.co, and use my code FRESH2020. Instant savings. You'll be glad you did. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow, which is Saturday, with another vlog. Peace. We got any music? We got any music up here? What we got? What's that? What's that? Alright. What's that? Yeah. You feel it? Always and forever. I like that. Maybe that'll be the title. Peace.